redheads. It's Ty and Eric. We're back in the booth. Your internet friends, your favorite hosts, your favorite podcasts, your favorite sandwich,
your favorite parasocial relationship. We don't know you. You know us. That's how it goes.
You think you know us, but you don't.
You don't know anything about us.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
I love that.
Love that
Let's
as well.
keep it that way.
Yeah, it's for the best. If you're listening to this straight after the last episode, we haven't moved. We're in the same booth.
That's not true. Eric smoked a cigarette.
That's right. I took a breather.
It's chiefing on the darts outside while the episode post produces.
That's right. I hope the secondhand smoke is inspiring you to do your best work today, Ty.
I don't have much time left after hucking that back, so yeah. I better get this episode out the door.
Yeah, if it's not this podcast that kills us, it'll be the secondhand smoke.
And if not that, my gut's going to explode because I'm so full from the meal we just ate.
That's right. I was looking around, Ty, and there's a lot of people walking this way carrying bags of dog food. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? Like, is Yaletown just like a dog friendly, pro dog place? But then I look forward and there's a Bosley's less than a block away.
Bosley's, the pet supply store?
That is correct.
Oh, of course. So, evening stroll, the dog moms and the dog dads are out trying to get their pooch a little treat for their fur baby.
That's right. They're picking up pellets for their pooch.
Pellet pooch. Wow, that's wild. So, dude, is there really a place though that is not dog friendly? Like, I feel like the dogs have, like, a dog has like better freedom of access than most passport holders.
That's right. The most valuable passport of all time is the leash.
It really is.
Because with a leash you can do anything, and it's crazy because I think dogs have domesticated us as owners.
100%.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I don't mind. I don't mind being a servant to such a beautiful little animal that is a pooch.
And I think it's reflecting in our society. Like, I'm constantly asking myself if I have that dog in me. But when was the last time a dog asked if they got that dude in them? They don't care. They don't want to be a dude. They know they're the top dog.
They're the top dog. They're top of the food chain.
TDE, baby.
That's right. Ty, we are still full from our dinner activation, which we had just an hour or so ago. And I got to say, it's one of the better meals I've had in recent memory.
I have a very short memory, but it was a very good meal. It was better than Subway, which we also ate today.
It's unequivocally the best meal we had today.
Yeah, for sure. Hands down, no contest.
Definitely not.
Eric and I patroned Cioppino's in Yaletown here in beautiful Vancouver. Cioppino's is Vancouver's most legendary Italian spot. Chef Pino, friend of the pod, episode 303, we hosted him and had a discussion about the Italian food industry. Also, he rubs shoulders with Aubrey Drake Graham, who's patroned his restaurant a few times. It did feel good to use the same public bathroom as Drake. I don't know if you felt that when you were in Cioppino's.
I did feel that only after you told me, though, because I went there and I also struggled to find the soap.
Yeah.
But I did find it, and I gotta say, it's kind of cool that place has so many little like nooks and corners for famous people or people with clout to kind of hide from the general population, from Gen Pop.
Yeah. No, they're not. Speaking of pop, they're not getting popped anywhere around there because it's very discreet. You know, the Razzi's not going to find you.
You're definitely right about that. So let's go straight to the first thing that graced our table. And, that was some sparkling water.
Dude, the sparkling water was exactly what I needed. A little frizzante action. I was so thirsty. It's a hot day here. Yeah. We did a lot of walking.
Dude, yeah, I was severely dehydrated walking into Cioppino's today. It got up to 26 degrees, which isn't hot by any standards, but we've had a cold stretch here, so getting some sun was definitely worth it. And it felt great. One comment you made that stuck out with me. All the beverages here are so cold.
They're so cold. I don't know, like, they're keeping them in the blast freezer or they just run their fridge extra low. But I guess that's the premium you're paying for with those prices, is the energy bill of keeping the Peroni ice cold.
That's right. We had a couple of Peronis, and the water came in a bottle. You know, I love when a restaurant isn't afraid to get bottled sparkling. I'm not a fan of house tap sparkling. You
I
know what I mean?
agree.
It's just keep the soda streams away. Bring in the Italian bottled water, and I'll be a happy guy.
Not even the Roni was on tap. Like it was bottle service for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like that too, because there's something pedestrian about tapping a keg, whether it's for lager or for water.
Yeah, because every like 45th customer is gonna get the bottom of the keg, and they're gonna be like, "This beer sucks." The bottle is ultimate quality control.
It is very consistent, and they're offloading the liability of a flat bottle onto like Dasani,
Yeah, exactly. Big Dasani is responsible for this bubbles.
Like, oh, sorry, it wasn't sparkling enough. That's Nestle's problem. We'll procure you a fresh bottle.
Yeah.
Cioppino's takes no liability. It's part of the waiver.
That's right. It's part of the service.
Exactly. So yeah, fluid was cold. Fluid was satisfying. An excellent start to the meal. I need to talk to you a little bit about the service there, Eric, because I know I pointed this out to you, and so you should have acknowledged this. But every single server in there, and there was a lot of them mulling about, they're all very tall and very slender Italian men. They all had the exact same build.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely spot on with that.
If I had to describe it, I'd say they all kind of looked like a linguine. Flat and long.
Yeah, there was not a gnocchi in sight.
No gnocchis. Sure. No, and I don't know if they're profiling in a way, like they're not hiring the gnocchi build. Yeah, not even a spaghetti build. It's like maybe a tagliatelle.
Mm-hmm. That's right. There is Cactus Club, who hires only dimes.
Yeah, baddies only.
And there is Cioppino's, who only hires Slenderman.
It truly was Slenderman. Yeah, this isn't like your typical restaurant. This is more of a chicken restaurant.
I've never heard the word restaurant, but I know exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah, exactly.
We need more of those, to be honest.
I agree. Or like different, like it doesn't always have to be like beautiful butt naked big titty women. It could be other body types. Like everyone's got a kink, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, too bad the restaurant Milk Bar has the IP on that name, but that would be perfect for a restaurant concept.
It would be. You just want to be served by lactating mothers.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, dude. That would be beautiful.
Freaky shit, Eric.
I know. It could be next door to the Astronaut as well. I would definitely be double dipping. A bang bang, if you will.
Damn, bro's going to Astro World. Yeah, I wouldn't mind like just a restaurant where every server is a small person. I think that would be fun.
They have to like peer over the table. It's like, are you done? I can't see.
They bring a little step stool over to climb up to take your order.
Yeah, dude. That's a crazy move, because like they would definitely drop some plates, just like Elio Volpe.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not even small. There's just no excuse.
I also wouldn't mind a restaurant where every single person is like NBA sized. Foot long sized, if you will.
Yep.
I think that would be funny, but also it would be very easy to flag a server, because you can always identify them amongst the patrons crossing the room.
Totally. You just got to lob a basketball up in the air, and then one of them will go and get it. You know what I mean?
100%.
We'll get up there and catch it.
But also, honestly, like a tall server is a plus for a restaurant, because they can extendo across the table to pick up dirty dishes or drop some complimentary bread.
Right. That's right, Ty. Hinging at the waist, there's no square inch they can't cover.
Exactly, dude. They got the whole table covered there.
Beautiful.
They got their little table scraper, and they're going to the corners like a Dyson vacuum.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That thing's got some good suction.
Yes, it does.
So 2 Pronies in, 2 glasses of sparkling. What else we got going on?
Well, it was at about this point in the meal that we made eyes with executive head chef Pino,
which was
friend of the pod. Shook some hands, caught up,
broke some bread with the big man himself.
Yeah, it felt good to connect IRL after our recent episode. You should go back to episode 303 and give that a listen. It's very inspiring.
That's right. We discreetly tried to remind him of us by saying, hey, we're the 2 blokes who interviewed you not too long ago. And then without skipping a beat, the guy says, oh yeah, for the Subway podcast. And I was equal parts embarrassed and thrilled that he remembered us. So Pino, if you're listening, it was great to meet you finally in person. Thanks for potting with us.
Yeah, it was a little loud. Like Eric immediately looked around the room to make sure there was no other
Was it that
significant,
obvious?
important people
Yeah.
within earshot.
Luckily for the early rezo, there was not a soul in sight.
It's true.
There was maybe 2 other tables in there, including a guy alone at the bar. So
But that's how you get FaceTime with the big man.
that's right. It was actually smart of us to come early.
It was.
So we can get some FaceTime with Big P.
With head chef. Yes, chef.
That's right.
And then we got into some food and beverage. We got a little house bread action, tap some hummus.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we got to talk about our appy. Our appy was crazy.
I was absolutely humming for the hummus today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the appy, dude, that thing was magical.
Yeah.
It was described to us on the menu as burrata with eggplant textures.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I appreciate about Italian cuisine is they are damn near poets when it comes to creating a menu.
Mm-hmm.
And this was no exception.
It's the first time I've seen the word eggplant textures on a menu, but they nailed it. That's exactly what we ordered.
Yep.
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect, and then when it arrived, it was every texture of eggplant one could consume.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We got a beautiful kind of piece of burrata, and then we had three eggplant 3 ways, let's say.
Yeah, it was a menage a trois.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go ahead and attempt to describe what we ate? Because I'm struggling to form the words here.
Well, I can tell you that it was all eggplant. I'll start with the easy one. They took the kind of the ends of the eggplant, and then they battered it and fried it like a tempura. So you got a little eggplant tempura action that kind of took away these like some of the body of it.
Yeah.
Then for the second eggplant course, we had to do something about all that eggplant skin. So I think they like fried it or baked it up into a wad. It was like a glob of skin, which sounds unappealing, but damn, that thing was fire.
It was. It's almost like it was like a stewed kind of eggplant situation that was then rapidly cooled.
Yeah, it was a bit ratatouille. You know?
It was, yeah. But then the third one threw me for a loop. It was almost like a eggplant reduction, like a puree of some kind, but it was so dark. It almost looked like it was like a squid ink. And it's possible that there was some squid ink in there. But it was almost like just like a spreadable thing where you can like kind of dip a chip in there. There was already a chip kind of conveniently placed in the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of like a shark fin.
A little bit. We were entering chutney territory.
Yes.
But it was smoky and it was savory and it was so good. I had never tasted anything like that. I did one time attempt to make a Thomas Keller recipe from French Laundry. He did eggplant caviar on like a potato pancake.
Oh.
So I tried to recreate that at home. We have a friend of the pod, this child, new guest appearance walking by. Yeah, and it was eggplant caviar. You basically just roast it down and try to get a similar like black sludge as to what Chef Pino plated for us today, but it was a little bit more bally. It kind of like turned into little orbs, kind of like caviar. It was quite cool.
That's fascinating.
It was. I don't know. Chemists, these like world-class chefs are chemists in the kitchen, you know?
That's right.
Couldn't be me. I'm more of an artist. Art over science.
Yeah, they were going Walter White mode, and I'm Walter White Jr. the way this shit got.
Dude, no, we're like more like Walter Disney over here. You know, the way we're just drawing pictures of sandwiches.
Okay. Anyways, after the eggplant trifecta, what do we get after that? We both got into some mains.
No, martini action.
Oh,
don't forget about the martini.
Yeah, halfway through the eggplant, fellas, is it gay to share an eggplant with your boy?
Nah.
Nah.
This was a business lunch. We were running this off.
That's right. Damn, we need to get that LLC going.
Yeah, we gotta get that incorporated.
Fuck. Anyways, we got some martinis going. Ty got the fruitiest martini on the menu.
Not by design. Like, we don't need to open with that. I asked the server, the pesto linguine, what the most interesting martini offering was, and he suggested the lychee martini, which sounded fire to me. I was like,
yeah,
100 lychee, whatever. It's a Western accent. And dude, that thing was fruity as hell. It was so sweet.
It was. when it graced our table, the first words out of your mouth were, "Wow, tropical."
Mm-hmm. And I nailed the brief. It tastes somewhere between a pina colada and a vitamin water.
Yeah, no, it really did. It looked like a pina colada with a little lime wedge.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sweet. It just kind of tastes like juice to me, which, if that's what you want, then yeah, it nailed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought I wanted, but then I realized no, I actually prefer the traditional approach to Italian food. I'm over the progressive stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally get it.
Mm.
I got a better martini,
Yeah, you
in my
did, dude.
opinion.
And you pulled some strings to make this thing happen.
I had to give him a brief, much like a sandwich artist. I had to tell him, "Hey, listen, I want a dirty martini, but you got to make it dirty and blue for me."
Dirty and blue.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even understand you at first. You had to double dip a bit.
Mm-hmm. Just like Drake, I was like, "You need to dress it up with the red for me."
Yeah, in this case, it's blue.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried for you because what are the odds they had blue cheese on retainer, let alone a blue cheese stuffed olive? But
you'd be surprised, Ty. Most restaurants of this caliber, I would assume, have blue cheese olives on deck. And this one was, they weren't going to disappoint me. I knew that much. Whatever I asked for, Cioppino will provide.
Yeah.
And I was happy to receive a dirty martini with 2 blue cheese olives. And I gotta say, it's one of the better ones I've had.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bar program at Cioppino's.
Was it the right amount of dirty?
Yeah.
Like, how dirty do you like it? Do you like just a little soil on it, or do you like it like freaky?
I want it dirty, like I took my sandwich to go and I dropped it outside and then I ate it anyway.
Okay, you want a little crunch.
I want it. Yeah, a little extra crunch.
Yeah. You want a nice smear on it.
That's right.
Ay.
So yeah, beautiful. As we were enjoying our martinis, our mains came, and I ordered the spaghetti alla vongole, which is a spaghetti with clams and olive oil and garlic. And gotta say, very, very good. They gave me several different forms of cutlery to attack that with, and I used only one.
A whole tool belt at your disposal. That's so right. Fun.
Yeah, I got a whole set.
The vongole really is the seafood medley of pasta. You're getting a little bit of everything from every corner of the ocean in there.
I mean, not really. you're just getting clams.
A couple shellfish.
Just clams.
I've got a few vongoles in my day, and maybe they're less traditional. They'll chuck a prawn in there, or maybe even a mussel.
I think what I was really in the mood for was the seafood linguine, which you can get at Joe Forte's.
You have your sunglasses on the back. Huh?
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll have to cut that out of the episode.
I'll just leave it in. Go ahead and grab them and hit pause. And
no one's taking them. It's fine. So tell me more. Yeah. Tell me more about your vongole. Dude, we're on mic right now. I can't just walk out of the mic. I'm not like a bad Joe Rogan guest.
I would hate for you to have your Ray-Bans swiped. I think you should go get them.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Just hit pause.
Okay.
And we're back. Ty got his sunglasses.
And we're back.
Okay, thank you. Nice lady here just warned Ty that his sunglasses were on the trunk of my car, which that could have, if we were in any other neighborhood, you would never see those glasses again.
Swipe or no swiping.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Samaritan. Rich neighborhood.
Absolutely. I don't think I would have the same kind of heart. I'll be honest.
I would have swiped him. And this,
I would swipe right on her. I'll be honest.
Dude, you're back going to the milk bar here for that mama.
Exactly. That mom, she's one of a kind right there.
You like them creamy, and that's why you got the spaghetti vongole.
God damn it. You're not wrong, Ty. As a Ferrari drives by, we were really in the richest area of.
Dude, do you think that
Vancouver,
Ferrari's a hybrid? Eric was trying to get me to buy a Ferrari hybrid earlier today.
Luckily for Ty, all new cars are basically hybrids, including Ferraris.
The problem, though, is I don't have enough liquid capital. All my capital's solid.
True. If we're really going to get into it, Ty, I think the reason for this is the instant torque you get off the line with an electric engine.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Dude.
Couple that with the high-end power of a big petrol engine, you know?
Right. So they start you with the electric, and then they move you into kind of a petrol course as you hit 60, 70, 80.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Totally. So where do we go from here? Well, let's talk about our mains.
Yeah. Your vongole, delicious, I'm assuming. It
Very
looked good.
Yeah, perfect.
You're just licking the clam out of those clam shells. Yes. Sorry, I could have phrased that differently.
I mean, you're not wrong. I was definitely tonguing some clam.
Mm-hmm. I thought like, man, this guy's just wants that ocean salt. He's a thirsty boy.
Anyways, what did you order?
Yeah, so I got whenever I'm in a decadent Italian restaurant, I want to go with a decadent Italian staple, the cacio e pepe, because a lot of people do it wrong. They make it a little bit coagulated. It can be not too creamy. It gets stretchy and chewy when it's cold, but I knew they'd do a fine job of the cacio.
That's right. I mean, in a way, you kind of were like, okay, let me see what you guys are about. Give me with the vanilla ice cream of pastas. And that is the best way to gauge the quality of something. Same thing with like a margherita pizza. It's like there's a standard, and if it's subpar, you'll find out right away.
Yeah, and maybe like in a scenario like this, we can expect it to be good, so I could have been more adventurous. It's better to maybe make that move when you're in a questionable establishment, like 4.5 stars, not 5 stars.
Very questionable.
Yeah, exactly.
No mish?
No mish? Then shit, I'll get the margarita. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
But
so walk me through what you got.
Yeah, dude. I was pretty happy with the cacio. The sauce was just right. It held up well the whole meal. A little bit of a perverted twist. No nudes. Gnocchi. It was all gnocchi.
Oh,
yeah. They put that cacio pepe sauce on a little bit of soft pillowy potato.
Nice. I love a little Tempur-Pedic gnocchi pillow.
Dude, yeah, it was really melting in my mouth. You know.
That's awesome, man. And one kind of interesting fact: it came in a very large bowl.
The biggest bowl I've ever been served.
Yeah.
In an Italian restaurant, all to house about half a cup of gnocchi.
Yeah, dude, that thing was like a spoonful of gnocchi for $40.
Yeah,
and the bowl could have fit like 3 packs of pasta.
Like the bowl was the size of like the bucket at Subway, like an entire bucket of pickles. Yeah. That was the bowl that my quarter teaspoon of gnocchi was served in.
100%. Did it feel fun knowing that you could like really kind of just get rambunctious in there and not spill?
Oh yeah, dude. I was having a time. I was slurping. I was scraping up the sides. It was a real playground.
Nice.
I think the reason for the big bowl was heat retention. Both gnocchi and cacio e pepe gets notoriously cold quickly and tastes bad cold.
Yes.
So I think it's a means of creating a little hot box. They're hot boxing the pasta.
Yeah, heat dome, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Little heat wave happening in there.
Absolutely.
So smart move overall.
Yeah. After we got the mains, what do we do, Ty? We got some espresso martinis.
Espresso martini. Drake says that the first espresso martini is an espresso, but it was an end cap tonight.
That's right. I think that is the move, to be honest. I don't want to start my night with the espresso martini. I know Drake is very opinionated on this piece, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the opposite side of this.
Well, the difference between Drake and us is that, well, actually, maybe a similarity is we're both hopping in the booth after dinner.
We're hitting Pinos and then recording some heat. That's for sure.
Yeah. He's got to drop a diss track, so get him in the studio.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, I think it's a beautiful dessert because it kind of combines like a few things. A sweet kind of like dessert flavor, the coffee that you might get at the end of an Italian dinner, and like another drink. Like you kind of want just to drink more at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And this kind of checks all 3 boxes. So it's the perfect thing to order at the end of a meal, in my opinion.
May I add a 4th box? Yeah, thank you for the space.
A 4th hole?
A 4th hole. What? After a big meal, especially Italian, where you're really carb loading, you are so full. The last thing you want to do is consume another solid. So a liquid satisfies your need to enjoy dessert without actually having to digest dessert.
No, yeah, you're right about that. We didn't listen to our own advice. We got the espresso martini, but we also got dessert.
We had to. We had to get redemption from the footlong cookie we ate last episode. Shout out to Subway.
Which was 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we like, again, on the whole Italian menu being like a haiku. This guy serenaded us with a description of a souffle, a chocolate souffle.
Dude, did you notice that when he described the souffle, he kind of moved his hand back and forth like he was pretending to torch it?
A souffle.
A souffle. Blah, blah, blah. They're very handsy, those Italian men.
100%. And then he got handsy with our souffle, too.
He did.
The first thing he did, he dropped it off, took a spoon, carved a hole right in the middle, and then proceeded to cream pie our souffle with some vanilla sauce.
Yeah, what a gooner, you know? Like, bro
was not edging at all.
No, he went full send. He just poured this creamy substance all over our souffle, took the heat right out of it.
I've had souffle twice in my life, Ty. Both times somebody stabs it in the middle and then pours some kind of liquid inside.
Yo, it's kind of twisted that like they like present you this beautiful dessert and they're like, nah, I want first bite though. You know, let me have first dibs on this thing.
Yeah. I already know bro licked the spoon when he got to the kitchen.
Yeah, of course. This is one chance to try it, you know?
Yeah. Man, the thing is, like, with the souffle, when you stab it, it kind of deflates a little bit. But then you pour the liquid in and it re-inflates. And so there's kind of like a nice kind of like inhale, exhale happening there, which I think is beautiful presentation.
Yeah, it personifies the dessert in a way. It really connects you with humankind.
Absolutely. It's like one last dying breath before I go in on
gobble this. You up.
Yeah, exactly. Lord have mercy on this souffle, because I won't.
Yeah, no kidding. I showed no mercy. I dug right in there. I found the space in my stomach to eat half of that thing, and then I needed to find God because I was so full.
100%. But it was worth it. I'm happy we got it. It wasn't too big. Nothing really was like jumbo sized, which is a pet peeve of mine, to be honest, when it gets to like restaurants where they're like, we know that the quality is not good, so we're just going to over-index on quantity. Like, that's a red flag to me. So I'm happy that it was high quality, good portion size. I feel great right now.
Yeah, I am coming back. It's way better than the other dessert we ate today, which we talked about on the last episode, which was Subway's footlong cookie. They did taste similar, but the discrepancy in quantity is what really ruined one meal and made another.
That's right. I gotta call that thing the footlong Pookie, the way it coddled me.
Holy shit! Where do you come up with this shit, Eric?
No, dude, we're deep in it today, boys.
Dude, peak end rule is a principle of good design. You know, you want the peak and the end of an experience to be perfect. And I felt like the souffle was a strong ending.
Absolutely.
You know what didn't have a strong ending? The Vampire Weekend concert I went to last night. God.
No encore?
There was an encore. They did something I've never seen before at a concert, which is instead of playing their own music, they said to the crowd, what songs do you guys want us to play? And then the crowd names all their favorite Weekend songs that weren't played. And then they said, nah, we want to play a cover or two.
Oh, interesting.
But they don't know any of the songs. So people are yelling like Arctic Monkeys tracks and like an AC/DC track. Mr. Brightside crossed their desk. And they're like trying their best to like remember the lyrics and like play the guitar riff, which is funny. It's like us improvising on mic right now. But it felt like I was spent $80 to watch karaoke.
Wow, you know? So someone was just like praying that they would scream out Wonderwall. And then they're like, oh, we know that one.
Yeah, we know Wonderwall. Just let's do that. Let's do Teenage Dirtbag, Wonderwall, call it a day.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But overall, great show. I'm surprised how good it was. Otherwise, a lot of bops. Freaky people there. That attracts a real Portland crowd.
You saw your neighbor?
Saw my neighbor. Saw a guy wearing like 3 different types of snakeskin print.
Oh, interesting.
Saw a guy just absolutely tweaking, and he was wearing the Keith Haring Uniqlo t-shirt.
God damn it.
Yeah, so that's the type of crowd you're looking at.
Damn. Keith Haring Uniqlo is like the mural of clothing.
No kidding. Dude, I don't know why Uniqlo does these random ass collabs and people buy it. Like there was the remember when for like 3 years all they sold was Sesame Street merch?
No.
Like, yeah, and there's so many just NPCs walking around our city with like Oscar the Grouch on their shirt. And I was so confused. I'm like, why are you buying this? Why are people buying this shit?
I really don't know,
I
dude.
don't know either. Like, so many people got the Keith Haring Uniqlo collab. They got these little silhouettes of like people. It looks like an old iPod ad.
Yeah.
Running around their shirt. And I don't know if they find any meaning in it whatsoever, or if they're just like big dumb consumers.
Yeah. I mean, the only collab that's worth its salt is the La Mer collab.
Tell me more about
that. Christophe La Mer, creative director of the La Mer brand.
Yeah.
They just make great clothes that are simple and nice, which is exactly what Uniqlo does. And you honestly wouldn't even know that it's like a collab because it's just like plain stuff.
Right.
But it's just like really well tailored and interesting, like slightly interesting silhouettes. You know?
Did La Mer collaborate with Uniqlo for the collection you're talking about, or
it's a Uniqlo.
It's a Uniqlo collab.
Yeah, La Mer is like a high-end fashion brand.
Yeah, I know what La Mer is. I don't know if our listeners do because the only people that talk about it are you and Future, but I'm with it.
Okay, sorry.
That's very cool though that they did a Uniqlo collab.
That's right.
Who also infamously has understated silhouette, so that kind of checks out.
Yeah, no, totally. I've
aren't these pants La Mer?
No, these are Bottega.
Oh,
thanks for lobbing one up for me.
Yeah, there. You're welcome.
I've perused the Uniqlo U collection, which is what it's called, and nothing really speaks to me.
No,
I'll be honest. No, I'd rather just buy La Mer if I'm being honest.
More like Uniqlo ew. Am I right? Do we have a budunch in the soundboard?
We don't.
Pretty close.
That is more relevant, actually.
That is.
Anything else to cover with our meal? I think we paid separately. Like that's kind of.
We had to make sure it wasn't a date, right? We had to just clear that up at the end.
Yeah, totally. There were no candles between us, which was nice.
Put the corporate card down just to really insinuate that this was a business affair.
Exactly.
More business than affair.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess that's everything, right?
Yeah, dude. Breadheads, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Think fresh, everybody.
Think fresh. Bye-bye.